Being a new senator, I wanted to ask you what it was like being sworn in. Justice Young, Robert Young from the Supreme Court, swore you in on your first day, and your mom was in there, and other family members were there at the ceremony. What did your mom have to say on that day?
She was so proud, and Dad was watching on MG TV, and from home because he just had his knees replaced. He's 84 years old, but still alive, still with us, doing well. And Mom and Dad had 8 kids, and I'm just so happy and blessed. My mom turned 80 and my dad's 84, and they're well known in the community, but they've given back to the community a lot. My dad was a teacher. My mother worked for Battle Creek Public Schools after getting 8 kids in school full time. And my dad was involved and taught a lot of driver's ed and Boy Scouts.
He was a World War II vet.
World War II vet, served in the Navy, kamikaze planes, sunk a ship. I even got the newspaper article where he treaded water for 4 hours without his life jacket because he gave it to his buddy. You know, those are things that, you know, that's why they call him the greatest generation, you know, that was ever, you know, that we've ever experienced in the United States here. And they are such wonderful, dedicated, caring, loving, giving people. I mean, it's something we should try to emulate and teach our kids to emulate because they had the right values, the right ideas. And having my mom there was just, and my sisters and brothers, and my godson and a bunch of others, was just, and a lot of my friends were just, it was a blessing. God made it a special day for me, and I really appreciate that. And it was wonderful. I got teary-eyed thanking my mom and dad for raising 8 kids and doing such a good job. And they say they're so proud of me, but I'm so proud of them and the job they did in raising 8 kids and going through the struggles they did. Back from World War II to today.
Well, it really shows you, it is the great American dream. It is the greatest generation, like you talk about. But it really shows how it still has a lot of potential for Michigan. And its residents are willing to make sacrifices. They're willing to work hard. They're willing to forge ahead.
Don't want a handout.
They don't want a handout. What they're looking for is responsible, serious leadership.
Right.
But leadership that's in touch with them.
Right.
And that's kind of what we've been talking about during most of this show, that you've been on those porches, you've been listening to those folks. Now you just have to remember that now that you're here in Lansing as you move ahead. Yeah,
and you know, that's the thing I will keep in, you know, with me every time I go over there and push that button. Again, it's not about Mike Nos, it's what's good for Michigan and the people I represent in the 19th Senate District. And I just, again, want to thank all the people for giving me the opportunity to serve them. And I won't let you down, and look forward to seeing you again as I get around the district and go to a lot of different events. And a lot of people worry about after you get elected, you don't go back to your district or go home. I go home every night. I don't go out for dinners. I go to my meetings almost every night. Last week I was going to a township meeting because I want to show all the townships in the cities. I was at the Jackson City Council meeting Tuesday night, and trying to show people even after the election, Mike Nos will be around, stay in touch, and I want you to keep me informed on what's going on, what we need to do up here.
One of the ways you can definitely stay in touch is you've already assembled a staff.
I have.
And let's talk with our viewers about who's on your team and what they can do.
Well, I have Greg Moore, well known in Battle Creek as county commissioner, and I was on the county commission with him, and he's been with me for 4 or 5 years over in the House. He's my legislative person, helps me with all the legislation. I have Steve Sachs, who's from a Marshall, and he is my district director in constituent services and office manager. So he does a lot of the day-to-day stuff and keeping me informed what's going on in the district, where I need to go, and he's here. He has a constituent services specialist, Eddie Sleeper, also another young man from Marshall. And then I have Don Blacksley, and Don is the office administrative assistant. When you come into the office, that's who you'll see, and she takes all the phone calls, deals with all the schedule and everything else, and makes sure that I stay on track and with my schedule, and I'm supposed to be where I'm supposed to be, and we have that going, and those are the people that are working for me.
Good team assembled.
Yeah.
Now in 2010, of course, you'll be doing office hours in the district, so we have plenty of contact with the folks that are watching us and anyone else. And then there's also a website that if someone wants to get in touch with you, let's let our viewers at home know what the website is.
Well, it's www.senatormikenos.com, and they can go to that. And when you go to that, it has all the office numbers, the toll-free numbers, and we have a district office in Battle Creek. We're setting up an office in Jackson and City Hall, or the county building, excuse me. And we're going to do office coffee hours that we'll be setting up in January, going around the district, and so that people don't have to come to those 2 locations or come to Lansing to see me. We'll try to get out into the district, and we'll be publicizing those and putting information out about that. If they want, they go to my website and get on the publication news list, where we try to do a monthly publication informing the voters and the residents what we're doing and where I'll be next and where they can see me. And we'll be starting that in January, and look forward to it. I love meeting the people and getting out there and talking to them, and it does keep your legislator, your senator, you know, in the know on what's going on and what the people are feeling. They're very open with you and very to the point, which is a good thing. I like that when people tell me directly what they're feeling. And yet they're very respectful, and I've been, you know, it's just a great constituency that I have in the 19th Senate District, and got a couple bills passed already.
Yeah, it's Senate Bills 1005 and 1006, and in our remaining moments, let's give our viewers a little summary of what they do.
Yeah, what it is, as soon as I got in here and got sworn in, I heard from a city that had some issues with meeting having the right paperwork filled out for the deadline that was due. They had changed the law so that they could again keep and capture that TIFA district tag or money from the TIFA district and from the Downtown Development Authority, and allows them to be able to use that money for the debt obligations they have within those districts. And they needed a date change in there, and we got that done. But for the city of Battle Creek, the one city that was involved, and there's about 7 of them, but the one city that was involved, I use Battle Creek as an example, is over $6 million for the city of Battle Creek. And it's really, really important because great things are going on down there in the downtown area. I know that there are some great long-term plans that I'm very, very excited about. People will get to know about those in the very near future, and there are great things happening in the city of Battle Creek, and that will help them, as well as in the TIFA districts out of Fort Custer. We all know from Calhoun County that's where a lot of jobs are, and we want to keep those people out there competitive and keep that district competitive so they can draw those employers in here and start hiring people. Like we've had announcements just recently, and the people know in the Battle Creek area what I'm talking about. There's some great things going on in downtown, and then also out in Fort Custer with a new battery manufacturer, and we got another food testing facility going on downtown Battle Creek. They announced another several high-paying jobs, and so I think it's 50 or 60. Very, very exciting things going on. And Jackson, I know, is working on a lot of things and getting some military contracts with RTD manufacturing, and then the light rail, and the looks like this got approved in Congress. That hopefully we can try to get that. It's supposed to go from Ann Arbor to Detroit, and some other areas, but we'd like to back it up so it starts in Jackson and goes to Detroit. And so it's a commuter rail system, help people so they can go to Detroit, stay off the freeways, less traffic, safer, and more economical, and will help people get from here to there in a mass transit way.
Good stuff. Yeah. Well, it sounds like a busy year ahead.
Oh, it is. I'm excited.
Believe it or not, we've already gone through our allotted time. So
that's quick.
We've covered a good amount of territory. But thank you for joining us on the very first episode of the program. And we'd like to thank all our viewers for joining us on the very first edition of Senator Mike Nos' Capitol Report. We look forward to joining you again soon. Thank you.